Hello everyone, Defy here and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is just a short video where I'm going to be showing you guys the run that I did of the Dazahk Freezammer dungeon. I chose to show you guys this dungeon. I think I'm going to show you guys more dungeons, but this one in particular I think personally is a really interesting dungeon. I love the design of the characters, I love the dungeon mechanic, I just love everything about it. So the composition that I'm running is the same one that I showed yesterday in last video, which is just my Tank Pandawa, Strength IOP, Agility, Elytrope, and Chance MP Reduction Enutroph. The two achievements that are possible in this dungeon are First and Freedom. And it's kind of hard to do both of them at the same time, so I actually opted to just do Freedom, which I felt was simpler, which means that my Enutroph cannot use his MP Reduction capabilities. It's not like I had extra trophies to swap out or anything, but I just couldn't use any of his MP Reduction capabilities. The strategy that I took here is actually to kill the two mobs that I'm killing right now, and leave the third one on the side, and leave the boss on the side. So the boss is going to be for last, but the reason I'm leaving the one that I'm leaving till the end is because of kind of the way that the mobs in this area work. The mobs and the boss all have the same kind of characteristic where if they don't hit you, they will gain a state. Every turn that they don't hit any character, they will gain a state. And each state they can gain up to 3, will increase something about them, or will give them some effect, and then at their third state, they unblock a new spell. So this particular one that is left, aside from the boss, he's the most annoying because every state gives him 25% damage reduction, so he only takes 75% of the total damage. And at his third state, he can teleport all your characters across the map, no line of sight, nothing next to him. Sort of the way that Cthulhu does, but Cthulhu needs a line of sight, whereas this guy doesn't. He'll teleport you no matter what. Which is quite frustrating, but the most annoying part is just his damage reduction, because I had a hard time ending up killing him, but as you can see here, he ends up dying. Now onto the boss. The way that the boss works is he has very high resistances, like over 100%, rendering him basically invulnerable. And the way that you actually lower them is you have to get him to his third state. When you get him to his third state, he will cast a spell that will make it so that every time you hit him, every time you push or pull him, he will lose 5% resistances. You got to be careful though not to do pushback damage, because if you do pushback damage, he'll get plus 10%. So if you push him and he moves and then hits a wall, he will lose 5% because you moved him, then hit the wall, then he'll gain 10%. So net effect is plus 5%. So you'll actually be doing more harm than good. You guys can see here. The reason he's dangerous though, what makes him particularly dangerous, is each state gives him 1 MP. And he also has a pretty big jump. I think it's 5, maybe 6. You guys can probably see on the screen in a second. He's going to do it, I think, this turn. But he has a pretty big jump, and with that MP boost, it's really hard not to get hit by him. He only hits in close combat, but if he hits you, he'll hit very, very hard. So the main idea is just to get him to get to the third state. He'll cast his spell, and then just push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. So you guys can see here I cast Mercilessness because I chose that spell because I wanted on the turn that he casts a spell to get my team as much AP as possible so they can push, pull, push, pull, as you can see my Elytrope is doing right now. Just to lower those resistances, hammer away at that mechanic. Unfortunately, it was not enough for me to actually be able to do significant damage. He has such high resistances, especially in strength, that even with all the pushing and pulling, I did not end up having enough to lower his resistance substantially. And as you can see here, he ends up hitting me very, very hard. So because of that, I actually ended up having to do the whole sequence again. So I'm going to start pushing him away, and we're going to get the whole fight started again. I believe I've said everything that I have to say about the dungeon. I hope you guys enjoy the fight. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you next time, probably tomorrow. Have a good day, and goodbye.